Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Yeah,
What's
do
the
you
ID for logging in? Hello?
yeah, yes, you are asking to Selva or someone?
To Srikanth.
Okay, Ashish will be joining, so he will sort it out, the login issue for Silva.
Yeah, sure.
How about, so I see now number of servers running, at least 17. So excluding me, they have 16 people are able to create the server.
So, Srikanth, while using the Putty, right, I had given the server and tried to give the user as EC2-user, right? Which we have
Right.
to give it.
Yeah.
So I'm
No
getting
password.
some error.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, password. Which one we should use?
No password.
No, I'm getting no supported authentication method.
No, actually, when you are
Fatal error I'm getting.
No, Putty, have you configured the PPK file?
Yes. So Putty gen I have generated. Then inside Putty.
No, you will have to load. Don't generate. You have to convert the existing file.
Okay.
Have you converted
Yeah,
or
so
have
I
you
had
generated?
No. So I
Load,
loaded
right?
it. Then yeah, and then saved a private key.
Okay, and still you are getting that error.
Yeah. Inside Putty, should I load it again? Like.
No.
yeah,
See,
you have to
in
load it
Putty,
in
I'll show you.
application.
Yeah, you will have to configure it in Putty. So see here, Putty, to put the host name or IP address, go to this SSH, click on auth,
Okay.
and then give the PPK key.
Okay.
See, Putty has to
The new
understand,
private
no?
key. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Srikanth, once I downloaded the file, I need to select the temp file in Putty key generator, and then which one should I enter it? Like generate or save private key?
Load. Save private key. Load and save private key.
Okay.
In Putty gen, huh?
Yeah.
Srikanth, actually, I am on the screen. Once I clicked on launch, right, it is asking me to select an existing key pair or create a new key pair. I choose create a new key pair. Yeah, and I have given the key pair name and I downloaded the key pair. Okay.
Okay.
And
yeah,
actually,
so it is a PM file. Now, yeah. So now run Putty gen.
Putty GM. Okay.
Gen.
Okay.
Have you downloaded Putty gen?
Yeah, downloaded. Yeah.
Okay. So run Putty gen.
Okay.
Actually, I have informed Vinay, so he will join and he will be here for half an hour. If there is any issue with lab part, he will help you out.
Okay, fine.
He will join in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it is running.
yeah. So load. Click on load.
Still it is running. Yeah.
Once it runs, click on load. Don't click on generate because we already have it. So click on load
Okay.
and then
I
select
created
the.
on so okay, I can try to load again. Okay. One second.
Yeah, I clicked on load. Yeah.
Select your PM key, what you are downloading.
Okay.
So it will say successfully loaded, and then now you save it as a private key.
Okay. 1 second.
So will there be any extension for that?
Which one? PM. PM is the extension for the original key.
Yeah, while saving the private key.
No, just give a name. It will put it as PPK.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you run putty. Give the public IP.
So do we need to also click generate in PuttyGen? Or it has saved it actually?
No, it has saved it. Save private. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the
Actually, I
username, Srikanth, for
Username is EC2. EC2 hyphen user is the username.
okay,
It's the
password?
default username. No password. So it will not ask for a password. It is a key passwordless authentication.
Okay.
so
Then you need
Srikanth,
to give a command.
I loaded the file and I set it as a private key, and then after going to putty configuration, right?
Correct. Put the IP
Yeah.
and then go to SSH plus sign. Go to auth. Select
Okay.
your PPK key and then connect. Okay, so here I'll just show you. So here you put the IP, go here,
Sketch.
plus go to auth, select your PPK key,
Okay.
and then open. So you will see a connection. Give the username as EC2-user.
Yeah. Actually, I browsed that private key and I put it. Once I clicked on that open button, right, nothing is prompting. Got stuck.
Now you are doing this from the remote machine or your machine?
Yeah. Remote.
Remote machine. You are not able to see. Which is your server? Let me just show this. What is the name of the server?
Shankar.
Shankar. You are in North Virginia or which region? Don't change the region. Huh?
North Virginia only. I have not changed.
Virginia Shankar.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, it's not showing.
So login is easy to use, right?
Yeah, easy to use it. It's your server.
Yeah.
I don't see your server here. Sikhil, Abhishek, Madhu, Abhishek, Anil, Ratish, Ravin, Ashok, Nadi. What is your key name?
Okay. Okay. Actually, the thing is, I didn't notice. Once I clicked on launch, right? Actually, I got a failure message. The security group launch wizard 7 already exists for the VPC.
So just go back and change the name of the security group. Put it as your name. Since it is already, the name is already used, it is giving you that error.
Srikanth, from that
Mhm.
nano console, right? How to come out of that nano?
Control X.
Sorry, 18. Control
Control
X is
X.
just asking me to save it.
Yeah, just say type enter. It will give you a file.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay.
File name. Yeah, just enter.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so this question
Yeah. Srikanth,
is
yeah, I launched it now. Are you able to see it?
okay, fine. Let me just refresh the screen. Yeah, now I can see it. Yeah, so you are able to connect now?
Srikanth,
No, that putty thing is not.
Putty is not working.
Yeah.
Why?
Srikanth, in Nano Editor, once we give control X, it is asking yes or no or cancel.
So
What we need to give there?
see, when you go here, so it's index. Okay, so once you are in this,
Yeah.
you have edited, press Control X.
Okay.
So if I
Okay.
edit something, this is test. Then if I say Control X, it will say save buffer, modified buffer, say Y, and then it will give the file name. So just press enter,
Okay.
so that it will save the file.
Okay. 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 Fine.
And the last command, those who are not aware, sudo service httpd start. Once you have saved the file.
So, Srikanth, once we selected that PPK file, right, in the putty,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and if I click on that, after that, after selecting, I have to click on that open button, right?
Correct.
Yeah. If I click on that open button, nothing is happening.
It's okay. Fine. Nothing is happening. Let me just check your server. So you said Shankar. Shankar is the name, na?
Yeah.
So VI doesn't work here.
This is is it should be SH first. That doesn't matter, but for lateral connection, and it doesn't say anything. Shankar?
No. Yeah. Doesn't say anything.
So have you done this putty and this thing exactly what I said?
Yeah.
Typical problem of
Yes.
let me just go to connect.
Somehow, for me, it's not exiting, and it says writing error actually. Permission denied.
Permission denied. Where it is saying?
I
Uh,
are
I
you
did the nano and
are you using
testing magic, you know?
sudo before that? Sudo space are you using
Sudo nano.
Sudo.
or just nano?
Okay.
Sudo nano.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Shankar, what you can do for quick thing,
Okay.
just to check. I just check your connectivity. There is another way to do it. So I will just show you. So go here, select your instance, go to connect, and say EC2 instance connect browser based SSH. Just try that.
Okay.
So reason there is another way, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I prefer putty.
Okay.
This, so I'm able to connect to your instance actually. Just try that with the web client.
Yeah.
It's connected. I think he didn't select proper PPK file.
Yeah.
Maybe
Now I
because
am
of
able
that.
to do it using web.
You are able to?
Yeah.
Web
I'm
based
able
you
to
are
connect.
able to use? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Now do the rest of the steps. Okay.
I still get that permission denied actually. And I did use that nano
This is
with sudo nano index.html.
no, wait, what is the server name?
Mine will be the name Anil.
This is the one, no? Okay, let me just try to connect with the web console. Let me try that. Okay, this is your instance. Okay. Now, have you installed Apache?
Yes.
Okay, this is already installed, right? Now, and www html sudo nano index.html. Okay, so welcome to Anil's website on AWS. Control X. Yes. Save. Now sudo service httpd start. Now check your web page. Hopefully you have added the rule.
Yes, I will.
HTTP should be there. Yeah, it is there. So you should be able to see the web page. Are you able to see?
Yes, I can see. Why didn't I was
Okay,
able
so
to
that is the.
save the content into them?
No, you may be giving some wrong command. Is it sudo nano? It's a command. I think you may be using them.
Okay.
Okay. So most of you are able to, please let me know if you are still facing wrong directory. Okay. So everybody is able to see the web page. So I will put it here, and you need to update the Google Sheet so that I will know. Okay, so those who have completed, please update on the Google Sheet so that I will know who all are facing issues.
Oh, thing is we are unable to update that.
Yeah.
Shrikant, we are unable to update that. As you earlier mentioned, we're unable to update the Google Sheet.
From the remote this thing also.
Yeah, why? Because we are unable to copy that from URL. So if you provide the customized URL, we can type it.
I don't know. When you create a customized URL.
So do one thing. Actually, you can also able to log into our VMs, right? So there is a link shared folder. You can share from there as well.
It's better you can type it in the group chat, Mohan.
Yeah.
Someone can update the Google Sheet.
Yeah. Fine. So I think most of you who are facing any issues, please let me know so that we can troubleshoot.
Like whoever is able to do that access, are they doing from like VM, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
VM.
So can you please save the link and on that VM? So can you please create a one folder and you please save that link there on that VM? We can also see that.
I don't have access to VM.
No, not you. Whoever is doing, other people, whoever is accessing from VM, they can save that URL there. Got my point?
Yep.
Hi Shrikanta, this is Rashik here. We just now connected to that putty. So it is asking us login us. So what information we have to pass?
EC2-user is the, you mean the user ID, what user ID, right?
Yes, it is the initial login after we open that putty screen.
EC2-user, everything small. I put it in the chat window.
Anyone is saving that or not? Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
Team, anyone is saving that URL in that VM?
I'll just,
No, whatever Srikanth shared, can you please, if whoever is open that URL in VM, just in document path, just create a one notepad and save there. So we can also access that.
let me check how to customize it.
In VM, I have saved in downloads. Can you check?
But each one is having separate VM, na? So we'll have to,
Yeah, that is what he was little bit confusing us. Like each one is having a separate VM.
Separate
If
VM.
I save,
we'll have to share
yes.
and give this thing, the machine name and.
No, I think in between also there is a connectivity. All VMs are in one network only.
Oh, that is fine, but folder has to be shared, no?
Better you tell your name.
I think
I'll ping you.
so the better way of doing this is probably enable clipboard option from the browser. I think I was having the same problem, and I think Abhishek gave that trick to enable the copy paste.
Okay.
That's the best way of doing it.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan, and grow your skills immensely.
In Google Chrome, if you look at docs.google.com, on the left side you have a small lock. Shrikant, maybe if you can help us drive, maybe just point out on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And you will see one option that says clipboard.
Site settings or
No, on your browser it is not visible, but if
okay,
we
right,
can try it on our machine, there is an option
right.
called clipboard. Yeah,
Okay,
just select allow there,
okay,
and that should allow you to copy paste from your machine to VM.
okay, right, right, right.
Thanks, Shrikant.
Site settings and then
No,
Don't go to
here
site settings.
site settings is not required. If it the docs and just enable it. It will appear on your browsers.
Shrikant, I'm getting error message like server refused to work key after I'm giving the EC2 underscore user.
Okay. What is your server name?
Rajesh Shekhar.
See, with SSH web client, Raj Shekhar, right? One second, let me just show you. Raj Shekhar, this is the one, no? Connect. Okay, I'm able to. So just
I'm
try
trying
this.
to putty.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
right.
okay.
But I think in the this thing key there is some error. So let's
Okay.
try it from.
Thank you.
Okay. So shall we break for lunch? It's already 1 o'clock.
oh, how she told that we can enable that copy paste. How we can do that? Can you please show that?
Yeah, I think.
Hello.
Hello, I have pasted on the chat. Can you read that? Then you'll be able to do it easily.
Lock icon near the address bar. So here, so you will see. So clipboard you need to enable.
Yeah, go to site settings, Shrikant. Sorry, we are making you go back and forth. If you scroll down a little bit, you will see clipboard as one of the options.
Yes.
Yeah. So that option in the drop down should be made as allow. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we'll take a lunch break. So we are at 1 o'clock. So our time will come back by 2. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll break for lunch, come back at 2 and go into the other stuff on EC2.
Okay, thank
There
you.
are,
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Thank you.
See you at 2 o'clock.
Shrikant, is Nikhil is coming to help me? Or I'm still
Oh,
not here. I am
you.
stuck with the first step itself still.
Okay, you're stuck up there. Okay, you can just. Can you just ping me your phone number, if you don't mind? Ask him
Yeah.
to give you a call.
Yeah. Okay. So I just pinged in the
Yeah,
chat
fine.
window.
I just. Yeah.
Srikanth, are you there? Hello?
Subhaya, note down one number. I just need to one second. 956600. No, 9566. The 956600 4514. His name is Selva Kumar. He's facing some issue with the virtual machine. He cannot log in. So ask Vinay to talk to him. I'm just breaking for lunch. Only one guy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks. And somebody was saying his server was terminated. Let me just. Francis. Yeah, whose server? Ashok. Arun Kumar. So, what is the issue you are facing, Arun Kumar? I think we'll wait for a couple of minutes. People join in. Fine, I'll just start with, so you have done the exercise. Now you have a fair idea about creating a EC2 instance and how to connect to it. So we did it with Linux instance.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Srikanth. How we can access the web page with public IP or private IP?
Public IP.
Oh, public IP with 80, right? Port number 80.
Correct.
Or 8080.
80. Standard port is 80.
80. Okay, HTTP. Okay, HTTP.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, fine. So let me show you some other parameters related to EC2 instance. So this is my server. Let me just filter it out so that I will not clutter the screen.
I'm unable to access my web page. Like I created one file with helloworld.com and I'm unable to see. Only I can see that Apache page.
So you have not put the your file index.html file in a correct folder. You need to put it in
So
var www
index dot. Yeah, given that only.
What is your server name?
Mohan. One minute. I will create it.
Okay, I'll just show you where the mistake is. Okay, so cd var www html. So there is no file here. Okay, so sudo nano index.html.
Oh, actually, I didn't create an HTML. Okay, sorry. I created directly on www.
Yeah. Welcome to my website. Okay, so that is why it is not showing. Okay, so Control X.
Yeah,
You need to
so
do
just
restart.
doing a refresh should help, right? No need to restart, right? So
No, restart is required. There is some parameter there,
last
but I'm just restarting.
okay, because last time I didn't restart, so it was reflected with the refresh.
Okay. Fine. Now you should be able to see the web page. Are you able to?
One minute.
Fine. So let me. Are you able to, Mohan?
Yes, I'm able to. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. So let us analyze what other parameters it is showing. So I'm just selecting this instance. Now in the description, you will see instance ID, current state is running T2 micro. Then you have a primary DNS, all these things, name, etc., etc. On the right side, so you have a private IP and you have a public IP. Okay. So on the public IP, we were able to connect, and it has also got a public DNS name. So that also can be used when you want to connect to it. Then you have a security group. It is currently running in the availability zone 1B. Then you have the AMI ID, that what you have selected. And this is your root device. So this is related to the root disk. The root volume is EBS, as we have selected EBS. So all these details are given to you in this page. Let me go to status checks. Now, when the instance comes up, it will show you like 2 by 2 green, right? So when both of them are green, that means the server is working fine. Now, system status check and instance status check. So what is the instance status check? So if you click here, it will say that the check verifies that your operating system is accepting traffic. Okay, and what this system status check does, it will basically check whether your underlying hardware is working fine. There is a power is proper to the rack or to the particular server, and then your hypervisor is working fine. Okay, so those are the checks which are verified by the system status check. Now, if the system status check is red, what is there in your hand? So system status check is red means either the hardware is not working properly or the hypervisor layer is not working properly. Both the responsibilities lies with AWS. So there is hardly anything you can do about it. So in such situation, you can raise a support ticket so that AWS will look into this issue. Or there is another way to come out of this situation. So in this situation, you can stop your server and restart it. Now, how it works in the background, AWS continuously keeps on monitoring the the hardware status of all these servers. And if it notices that some hardware has failed, then when you stop a server and start it, the underlying hardware will be changed and your server will start running on another hardware automatically. Okay, so there is another way to take care of the situation. So if you click this I, so it will clearly say if this check fails, there may be an issue with infrastructure hosting the instance, such as AWS Power Networking. You may need to restart or replace the instance, wait for our systems to resolve the issue, or seek for technical help. Okay, so you can just stop it and start it, this server. Okay? So there are two status checks: system status check and instance status check. Now I was referring to the shared responsibility model. So what is the shared responsibility model in case of EC2 instances? It is as follows. So the hardware and the hypervisor, up to the hypervisor layer, the responsibility lies with AWS. But whatever happens inside EC2, it is customer's responsibility. So AWS is never going to log into EC2 instance and see what is happening. Okay, so that is up to the customer to take care of all those issues. Okay, so that is this applies to security as well as installing patches, etc., etc. Okay, so you keep this in mind. There is a shared responsibility model, and it applies to various services. So this is the situation in EC2. So whatever happens inside EC2, it's customer's responsibility. So from the security perspective, you in your environment in AWS, you cannot run port scanning programs. If you want to do some kind of testing in your environment, then you need to take a prior permission from AWS to do the testing. Okay? So keep that in mind. Those who are appearing for the exam, there may be questions around this. Okay, so that is about the shared security, shared responsibility model. Coming to monitoring, here, like I told you, all the resources are getting monitored by a service called CloudWatch, and it keeps this data in terms of metrics. So you will see that there is a CPU utilization that is captured, disk reads, disk writes, etc. Network related stuff. So all these are captured here, okay, in the CloudWatch. Okay, and then you have tags. So this is the name and the key value pair what you have assigned to this particular instance. So that is all shown in these tabs. Now let us go to actions. Actions, what you can do in actions is connect, that we have already seen. Create a template from the instance. So there is something called as a
Srikanth, sorry to
template.
interrupt.
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of tagging actually?
Tagging is basically, see here what you're doing is basically you are using my account, right? And if I don't tag my instance, then it is very difficult to locate it with the help of name. So what we have done here is we have given the key as name and given the value as my name, so that you are able to locate these instances very easily.
Okay, this is to locate it in the AWS console alone.
The AWS platform, yes, or anywhere through command line also. Okay.
Oh,
So
in
that
command
is
line,
the yeah, you can give the tag as a parameter. Tag as a parameter.
So what? Okay, what is the syntax for that?
That we'll see. In the AWS CLI we need to install, and then we can run those commands.
Okay.
Okay. But basic purpose is to give a name, basically, okay, to the instance.
Okay.
Fine. Let me go to connect. One sec. Okay. So let me, so connect we have seen, either we can use the web console or, so this is basically methods it will show, standalone, or you can use a PuTTY from PuTTY client, right? Then create a template from this instance. So there is basically a cloud formation kind of template you can use, you can create from this instance. So when we'll discuss cloud formation, I will discuss about it. Launch more like this. So it will take the same settings and launch more instances like this. That is what it means. The instance state, like I told you, I can stop this instance, and when I stop it and start it, during stop we have discussed what happens. So the billing for the on-demand instance will stop, and for the compute part, the storage will be still be built. So that is how you can save on money if you are using on-demand instance. Once you start it, the services will be started. Then you have this option stop Hibernate. So this is just like your laptop Hibernate. Okay, so it's the same as laptop Hibernate. So there's a difference between stop and which the Hibernate will keep the status of the programs which we are running. You need to start from there. Then you have reboot. So reboot is basically the operating system level reboot. Now remember, there is a difference between stop and reboot. Reboot is just hardware OS level reboot. In the stop and start, your hardware may change. Okay, because after all, EC2 instance is a virtual machine. So if you stop it, the underlying hardware may be used for somebody else, and then when you start it, you will be assigned another hardware. So that can happen. In the reboot, it will not happen. Reboot is just a OS level reboot. Terminate, we have discussed. So it will release the CPU and memory, and if you wish, it will also release the storage. Then you have this instance settings. So it is tags attached to. There is something called as an auto scaling group. In the morning, I have mentioned that. So it is basically used for horizontal scaling part. So there is a detailed exercise we'll be doing on auto scaling. Attach and replace role. So we'll discuss this when we have we discuss IAM. Termination protection is additional protection what you have got. Then user data, I will show you how to use user data at a later point in time. What I want to show you is get system log. Now, when you work on AWS environment, please keep in mind that you don't have a console access of a particular EC2 instance. So what I mean by console access is when you go to the data center, there is a monitor and a keyboard attached to the server. So that kind of access you don't have it here. Okay, so what you have, if you want to access a Linux server, then it is only through SSH. So PuTTY, we are using PuTTY means we are using SSH fundamentally. Okay, and or if you are running a Windows server, it has to be RDP. But this console here, it will show you what are the boot time messages. Those are appearing. But in this console, I cannot log in. So if I scroll down, even if you see login prompt here, I can log in. I cannot log in. Now it is not showing, but sometimes it shows login. But you cannot log in from here. You need to have either a SSH service enabled or a RDP service enabled for Windows. Okay. So in the morning, I told you that it uses Zen. So here, if you refer to this line, Zen version 4.2. So this is a boot time log, and this clearly mentioned it is Zen that is used. Okay. So it is a customized Zen that works as a hypervisor. Okay. In AWS.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan, and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.